Episode 6, Shadow of the Ridge, Alabama Cryptids. The Catman of Opelika, Eyes in the Dark. Some sounds don't belong in the woods, and once you hear them, you never forget. This encounter happened in the early fall of 1995, just outside the outskirts of Opelika, where pine forests stretch for miles beyond the last row of houses. The witness, a man named Travis, had just finished helping a friend repair fencing on rural property near the tree line. It was late, later than he meant to stay, and darkness had already swallowed the narrow dirt road leading back toward town. He wasn't worried. Not yet. He'd walked those woods before. He knew what normal sounded like. Crickets, frogs, the rustle of small animals moving through leaves. That's why the silence caught his attention first. It didn't fade slowly. It stopped. All at once. Travis slowed his pace, listening. The beam from this flashlight cut a narrow path through the darkness ahead of him. Pine needles crunched under his boots as he moved along the trail. Then he heard it. A low sound, not quite a growl, not quite a hiss, something in between. He froze. The sound came again, longer this time, a deep vibrating rumble that seemed to roll through the trees. At first, he thought it might be a bobcat. Those weren't unheard of in the area. But what he heard next didn't match anything he knew. Footsteps. Heavy ones. Too heavy for a bobcat, and too steady. He swung his flashlight toward the sound. Nothing. Just trees. Then something moved between them. Fast. Too fast to make out clearly. Travis stepped backward, his heartbeat starting to pound against his ribs. That's when the smell hit him. Strong. Musky. Like wet fur mixed with something rotten. He covered his nose with his sleeve, trying to steady his breathing. Then the eyes appeared. Two bright reflections just beyond the reach of his flashlight beam. Low to the ground at first, then rising, slowly, higher, higher, until they sat nearly level with his own head. Travis felt his stomach drop. Whatever stood in front of him wasn't crouching. It was standing upright. The creature stepped forward just enough for the light to catch its outline. He later described it as something he wished he'd never seen. Tall, at least 6.5 feet, covered in short dark fur, broad shoulders, and a head shaped like a large cat. Not human, not animal, something in between. Its ears sat pointed on top of its head, twitching slightly as it watched him the way a predator watches prey. Still, silent, waiting. Travis didn't move, didn't breathe. He said the creature tilted its head slightly, studying him. Then it let out a sound he would never forget. A scream, high-pitched and sharp, like a mountain lion call, but deeper, louder, and filled with something that sounded almost angry. The sound echoed through the trees, bouncing back toward him from every direction. That's when survival instinct took over. Travis turned and ran. Branches snapped beneath his boots as he sprinted down the trail toward the road. He didn't look back at first. Couldn't, didn't dare. But after several seconds, he heard it. Footsteps. Behind him, keeping pace. Heavy. Fast. Too fast. He risked a glance over his shoulder, for just a moment, and that was enough. The creature was there, running upright, its arms swinging at its sides, claws catching flashes of reflected light as it moved. Closing distance. Travis pushed harder, lungs burning as the glow of his truck headlights came into view ahead. He reached the door, yanked it open, and threw himself inside. The moment he slammed the door shut, he looked up, and there it was, standing just beyond the beam of his headlights, still, watching. Its eyes reflected bright yellow-white in the light, unblinking, unmoving. Then, without warning, it turned, and disappeared into the trees. No crashing, no sound, just gone. The next morning, Travis returned to the area with 2 friends. What they found only made the encounter harder to explain. Tracks. Not paw prints, not footprints, something in between. Long impressions pressed into the dirt, showing claw marks at the front, too large to belong to any known animal in the region. Over the years, others near Opelika reported similar sightings. Strange screams in the woods, shadowy figures moving between trees, glowing eyes watching from the darkness. Locals gave the creature a name. Not bobcat, not mountain lion, something stranger. Man of Opelika. And to those who claim to have seen it, it's not just a legend. It's something still out there, moving silently through the woods, waiting for the next person to walk alone after dark.